You are bored, you have scrolled through everything, Netflix has nothing new, the Wi-Fi is slow, life feels unbearable. But what if I told you just 1000 years ago none of that existed? No phones, no electricity, no refrigerator, no car, no washing machine, nothing. So how did people survive? How did they have fun? How did they eat without a fridge? How did they travel without a car? Today we go to back the year 1000 AD and find out it's the year 1025 AD. You wake up not to an alarm, but to a rooster or sunlight hitting your face through a small wooden. Your bed is through mattress, maybe some wool blanket if you are lucky. No memory foam, no pillow from IKEA. Your house, if you are a regular person, is 1 or 2 rooms, mud walls, a fireplace in the middle, no chimney in most homes, so the smoke just flows around inside. You share this space with your parents, grandparents, and siblings, and sometimes your animal, cows and chicken inside the house during winter. Their body heat keeps the room warm. Brushing teeth, people use a small twigs called chew stick or rough cloths with salt and ash. Surprisingly, it kind of worked. It's the year 1025 AD. Here is the big question everyone asks: how did food not go bad without a fridge? Simple. They were master of food preservation. Salting, you pack milk in salt, pulls out moisture. Bacteria can survive without moisture. A salted piece of meat could last months. Smoking hangs the meat over fire for hours. The smoke kills bacteria and dries the meat out. Fermenting, turning food into pickles, cheese, or sour bread. Fermentation actually creates good bacteria that protects the food. Underground stays cold year-round, even in summer. Nature's refrigerator. Drying fruit, vegetable, fish, all dries under the sun. Breakfast was usually leftover bread or porridge. Lunch, the biggest meal of the day. Most regular people eat grains, vegetables, beans, and bread. Meat was a luxury. Fishes were so valuable. They were used as currency in the same place. If you had spices like pepper or cinnamon, you were basically rich. You need to get to the next city 200 kilometers away. Today, that's a 2 hours drive. In 1025 AD, that's a 7 to 10 day journey on foot. If you had a horse, you were lucky. A horse could cover 50 or 70 kilometers per day. Many people walk their entire life and never traveled more than 30 kilometers from where they were born. Roads, some existed. Old Roman roads were still used in Europe, but most roads were muddy tracks through forests and fields. Traveling was dangerous. Bandits, wild animals, river crossing with no bridge. You didn't travel alone if you could help it. Merchants traveled in groups called caravans. Pilgrims traveled in groups for safety, going to Mecca, Jerusalem, or Rome. The Silk Road was still active in 1000 AD. Merchants moving goods from China to Europe over thousands of kilometers. A full Silk Road journey could take 2 years. No TV, no YouTube, no social media. What did people do? First, they talked, actually conversation for hours. Storytelling was an art. In village, they were professional storytellers who traveled from town to town, sharing news, legends, and poems. Music was everywhere: drum, flutes, lutes, harps. People made their own music. Dancing was a major form of entertainment at festivals, weddings, and harvests. Chess had already been invented by 1000 AD and was hugely popular. Across in the Islamic world, India and Europe, dice games, board games, wrestling, archery competitions. In the Islamic Golden Age, Baghdad was one of the most advanced cities on earth. Libraries with thousands of books, universities, cafe houses where people met to discuss philosophy, science, and poetry. In Europe, tournament and jousting for knights, fairs with acrobats, juggler, and train with animals. Everyone celebrated seasonal festival, harvest season, religion, holiday, planting season. Community was everything. Your entire village was your social network. Laundry day was an event. You carried your clothes to the river or stream. You beat them against rocks, rubbed them with ash-based soap, and laid them out to dry. This took an entire day. This happened maybe once a week or less. When the people used metal irons heated in fire, most regular people just smoothed out their clothes by hand or honestly didn't move. When the sun went down, your world got very dark very fast. Candles were very expensive, made from animal for a beeswax. Most people went to sleep when it got dark and wake up at dawn. This actually means people slept in two shifts, sleeping from dark until midnight, waking for an hour or two, then sleeping again until dawn. This was completely normal. Heating your home meant keeping the fire going all night. Someone had to wake up and add wood, let it go out, and you froze. Studies of historical record, letters, diaries, poetry from 1000 AD shows that people weren't miserable. They had community, purpose, rule, faith, season to look forward to. They didn't know what they were missing because it doesn't exist yet. The hardest part of life back then wasn't boredom, it was survival. Disease, drought, war, famine. Life expectancy was around 35 to 40 years or average, though if you survived childhood, you could easily live to 60 or 70, but within that life, they found joy in bread baking, in the harvest, in music by the fire, in their children, in their faith. They weren't wait for the weekends. Every day had meanings, because every day required effort just to exist. No next time. You are bored. Wi-Fi is slow, nothing on TV, your phone battery is low. Remember, 1,000 years ago, someone wake up on a straw bed, carried water from a well, cooked over a fire, walked 10 kilometers to visit a neighbor, sing song under a star with their family. Different world, different problem, same human. If you find this interesting, subscribe.